Well, they are our furry friends that have become more like family, with more and more owners admitting they treat their dogs like children.
Sure they do, but similar to a child, keeping your pet healthy is far from cheap. In fact, many households struggle with the rising cost of owning an animal.
In tonight's special report, News 10's Lindsay Yates digs deeper into the financial commitment of taking on man's best friend.
Mike Patrice, $50 billion. That's the dollar amount Americans spend each year on their pets. And it may be no surprise that more than a quarter of those expenses come in the form of vet bills. So tonight we dive into the advancements in pet care that could take a bite out of your wallet. Meet Wilbur, a loving 6-year-old Basset Hound.
Got him at the shelter about 3 years ago.
On the outside, he may look like your average pup.
We brought him here to Brown Veterinary Hospital for a biopsy on what we thought was a cyst, and it turned out it was his lymph node.
And then came the news the Millers had been dreading.
The Friday before Labor Day, they called and said that was positive for lymphoma.
A potentially aggressive cancer, but for Wilbur's parents, the decision to move forward with treatment was an easy one.
He's a member of the family, and if either of us were sick, we'd want to do everything we could.
However, the Millers have already and continue to shell out hundreds of dollars for Wilbur's weekly blood test and chemotherapy.
We take him to Indy, a clinic in Indy, and they administer chemotherapy. It's a repeating cycle of 5 weeks of treatment. Each week is a different type of drug.
As the Millers quickly learned, pet ownership these days is far from cheap.
The reality sometimes sets in after you've picked up the cute little puppy.
Reality in the form of vet bills. People can expect to pay up to $500 in the first year just for routine procedures.
I recommend a series of 3 vaccines. It protects them from different viruses, which potentially can be life-threatening.
After that, even the healthiest pets typically cost up to $300 a year.
Cost can be related to the size of the pet. So you might choose the Chihuahua instead of the Great Dane.
Part of the rising cost is advancements in animal care.
Pets are part of our families now. They're not just the dog that lives on the farm. And so that's been a big swing, certainly over the last 40 or 50 years.
With the development of procedures that were once only for people.
We as humans have accepted our pets as part of our family, and now medicine is catching up with that idea.
From heart repair to vision surgery, all common options now being offered at leading animal care facilities.
As procedures become more advanced and we become more skilled, there's cost that goes along with the skill and along with those advancements.
As vet expenses continue to mount, more pet insurance companies have emerged to help pet parents budget for those unexpected emergencies.
Certainly is a wider popularity with it, and I think I probably see that, or I would predict that that will grow.
Go kiddo, yes.
While annual checkups may put a dent in your wallet, Dr. Brown stresses they are the key to keeping medical costs low.
We generally check from nose to tail, and it really gives us some insight as to, is there something going on? Is there something that we can head off before it gets to be a larger problem?
A larger problem like Wilbur's, but to his pet parents, he's like any other member of the family, one you can't put a price tag on.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah.
He's very important.
And the treatments are paying off. Wilbur is currently in remission. In Terre Haute with photojournalist Cody Murphy, I'm Lindsay Yates, News 10.
He's a little cutie, but not everyone is able to combat the rising cost of animal care, of course. As a result, far too often, household pets are left to fend for themselves as strays on the streets. And one Wabash Valley Humane Society is feeling the effects, even questioning, will they make it through the winter? We'll have that story in part 2 of The Price for Paws tomorrow on News 10 at 6.